Um, Thank you
Thanks
both
for
for taking.
everything.
It took me a
All
second.
the
It's
praise I've
early.
seen coming from you for so long, for like a year. Thank you. It's
Yeah,
good to
I
see
was
you.
just about to say, like, I saw this film at Fantastic Fest. I've loved
Oh
it since
wow.
then, and I've just been cheerleading it to an
Oh, that's
almost
nice. That's cute.
irritating amount, I feel. But it's, we're here, the final countdown, it's finally almost out in the world and everyone can see what I've been championing. So, I can't wait to see what the reaction is. But I guess my first question, one of
Me
the
either.
things I absolutely adore about this film is the use of color, in particular the color red. It pops up in almost every scene. There's a costume or there's decor or there's a vehicle, there's just red everywhere. It's almost like a game when you rewatch it going, oh, there's a red. What is the significance of that color for you both?
It's a very passionate color. It's a very intense color, and I feel like red can represent so many different things. And in this movie, in different scenes, it definitely is meant to invoke sometimes different variations of similar emotions. And then obviously, we do move to blue, another primary color that's predominant in some of the scenes as well. But we're in a very red mood when I was writing the film and when we were conceptualizing the scenes. When I was, having all those discussions with Giovanni for so long, and then with Priscilla Elliott, our production designer, and we really wanted to lean into that and have it be, one of those films that you feel like you were like dipped and soaked in something as you're watching it, and you can't get rid of it when you leave. It's just a feeling, and red is so evocative. And to me, it was always the going to be the centerpiece of this film and the feeling we wanted to evoke in the
Yeah,
movie.
and I think it was based on a lot of the color palette was based on discussions we that JT and I had for 5 months of really more or less designing the movie. And I don't want to say that it's necessarily a relative choice that it, but part of what we were looking to do was reactionary, was looking at what everybody else is doing, the pastel sort of softer colors, and to do the exact opposite, even almost just for its own sake. But this don't get me wrong, it was also sort of really appropriate, and it just felt like it was a strong choice visually.
And a more surface answer is just been watching a lot of Cries and Whispers, The Devils, and Dead Ringers at the
Yeah,
time. And so always kind of wanted to make a red movie
yeah,
too.
Blue
It was
Velvet,
in
yeah.
that, yeah, blue. I mean, these primary colors, they're very, very powerful. And the movies we had been seeing, the modern films, weren't leaning into that quite as much. So it was an interesting, place to explore creatively.
Nice. And Giovanni, you obviously have a history as an actor, in that role you're used to sort of reacting to your co-stars. Did that come into play here when you were working the camera?
No, I mean, it was really at one point I remember making a decision of just really wanting to try to be invisible, which I think is important for a cinematographer to support the film visually, whatever they're working on, and to be a sounding board maybe for the director, but almost out of sight and out of mind with uh, anyone behind the camera, because you want them to forget about that unless they're.
It's hard, Giovanni, for them to forget about that.
Oh, okay. All
No,
right.
no, but he
But
tried to, but he was a great resource because obviously he's one of
yeah,
our great actors. So I was able to consult with him when I was directing performance, and it was quite helpful actually. Although he was focused on the shots, but
but
a
you
great
do,
resource to have on set.
it's a matter, I guess, really of modulating, trying to run a crew to set up a shot or a camera, and being quiet enough, or just really about I guess, an etiquette more or less. I remember I worked with. This is probably too much information. We should move on, but I'll just say it anyways because why not? We worked with Dante Spinotti on a movie. Where I feel like I never really saw him until finally I looked around a corner and there he was hiding. But he was a cinematographer, anyways. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time and best of luck with the release. I can't wait to share this with the world.
Kat, seriously, I was
Thank
really
you, Kat.
excited when I saw you listed here because you've been such a champion of the movie. I can't stop
Thank
seeing
you.
the things you've said all the time. So keep it coming. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. See you guys.
All right. Bye.